So welcome to our Grow with GoGo class. Oh, and I see Arnold, you've shared that you're in Los Angeles and you're 90 years young. Love it. I hope you're doing okay in LA with all of those fires. We've all been thinking of people living there. But awesome. Great to have you here, Arnold. Before we get moving, just a quick reminder of what else GoGo offers. So in addition to these classes, you can access rides, meals, groceries, medication delivery, and home services, all by calling one number. And that phone number is 1-855-464-6872. We also have a referral program, so a reminder that at the bottom of your GoGo seats, there is a code. If you give that code to your friend and they take their first service with GoGo, after their first service, they will both, so you and them will receive $10 in GoGo credit. We have a Facebook group as well. So if you ever want to continue any of these conversations online or just see how other people are using GoGo, you can find us on Facebook and we'll share it in the chat, a link so you can get there easily. If we have not met, I'm Adra. I teach the yoga and the functional fitness classes here at GoGo. Let's see, what do we need? All you need is a chair and some light weights, or if you don't have light weights, you could grab cans, water bottles, or nothing at all. You can move through space without any weight. Most of this class is standing. So if you want more of a seated class, or yoga class is seated, most of this class is standing. So just know that that's the case. I don't give as many modifications for sitting, but you can do any of the upper body exercises seated in whatever way works for you. Be safe with your body, be kind to your body, take breaks as needed. Let's see, we are Wednesday, so that means there was a move of the week. I'm cheating over here and I'm thinking, oh, is that a yoga move of the week? Or is that um, a functional fitness move of the week? So let's see, does anyone remember the move of the week? Yes, Bertha?
Watch how you walk, lifting your arms overhead.
Yes, lifting your arms overhead. Yes, getting that reach overhead. Thinking about watching how much your spine moves or other parts of the body move when you reach your arms overhead. So that was the move last time. Nice job. Thank you, Bertha. Glad I can count on you to remember because I wasn't even sure if I had it. Uh, awesome. So we'll have a new move because we're Wednesday at the end of class. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So now my screen will likely pop up to be your nice big screen. If it doesn't, then you just need to adjust your settings. So you can move your cursor to the top right-hand corner of your Zoom, and you'll see this little box that says view. And you can change the view to be speaker view, and that'll show me, or you can change it to gallery view, and then you'll see everybody else. Go. Be safe, be kind to your body, see if there's anything else I'm missing. Have fun, enjoy. Let's stand up, find a position. Feet can be 4 to 6 inches apart. Let's do a few shoulder rolls back. As we go into class, you might get muted just so that there's less interference and sound, but know that you can always, we'll unmute at the end of class if you have questions or thoughts. Let's take those shoulder rolls the other way. And then letting those shoulders relax. Let's inhale, bend the knees and let the shoulders creep up towards the ears. And then exhale, straighten the legs and let the shoulders drop. Inhale, knees bend, shoulders lift. Exhale, knees straighten, shoulders drop. Keep going, a couple more times. So we're just bending and straightening the legs as the shoulders lift and lower. And then coming all the way up to stand. And let's go into a little side bending. So reaching one arm down your leg and then the other. You can go as fast or as slow as you'd like and as deep or as shallow as you'd like. Listening to your body, always moving in ways that feel good and safe to the
This meeting is being recorded.
And then make your way back to center. Soften those knees. Let's inhale, open up the arms, lift the chest, stretch the front of the body. Then exhale, round your back, give yourself a hug, curving the spine. We inhale, open up the arms, chest lifts. It's like a little back bend. And then exhale, round the back, curl the spine. A few more times, follow your breath. And then make your way back to center. Let's cactus our arms, so a little bend of the elbows. Soften those knees. Keep the lower body as stable and still as possible. And twist just the upper body. All right, and then coming back to center. Release, shake it off. Okay, we're gonna start with some squats, just as a nice warm up. You can grab your weights for this, or if you want to for your first round, maybe don't grab the weights. It's really up to you. Again, if you don't have weights, you could grab cans or water bottles. Weights come up by the chest if you're choosing to use your weights. Don't worry about it if you don't have weights. The body is heavy enough. We're lifting and lowering our own body weight. Let your feet be a little wider than your shoulders. You can have your toes pointing forward or slightly out. We'll bend the knees, hips go back, and then straighten. Give you a side view as well. So we bend the knees, hips go back, torso can come forward, and then straighten. So down and up at your own pace and as low as you want to go. It's up to you. You don't need to go really low, but if it feels nice to go low, you can. Do one or two more. And then release. Straighten out those legs. Bring those feet back underneath you. Keep holding onto those weights. So one weight per hand. Flip your palms to face forward for some bicep curls. So palms face forward. We bend the elbows. Weights come by the shoulders and then we lower. Down and up. Watching that you're not swinging the arms. So you can go as fast or as slow as you want, but try and have control. So the upper arms, so the upper half of the arms above the elbow, don't really move. It's just at the elbow and the forearm where the movement is happening. Let's do a few more. All right, and then release, relax for a moment. We'll bring the weights back by our chest for our squats. Again, if you don't want the weights for the squats, you can put the weights down. Take your feet a little wider than the shoulders. We bend the knees, hips go back and straight. So you can let your torso lean forward and your hips go behind you. But your spine is trying not to change shape. So even though you're leaning forward, you're not rounding the back. The spine stays nice and still, nice and steady. You want this to be harder. Imagine that you're moving through something with resistance. It's like you're bending your knees and pushing something with those knees forward. And then as you try and straighten the legs, something is trying to prevent you from straightening the legs, like you're moving through jello or damp concrete. So you can make this harder just with some imagery and imagining that you're trying to move through something that's sticky or firm. Couple more. All right, and then coming up, shake out those legs. And we go back to our bicep curls. So same idea here. If you're not holding weights, or even if you are and you want it to be more challenging, imagine that you're moving through something sticky. So palms are facing forward, we're bending and straightening our elbows, keeping the upper arms still. All right, and let's take a little break. Let's put those weights down. Reach those arms back behind you. If you can interlace your fingers. If that's not accessible, you're just reaching those arms back behind you. If you're interlacing, see if you can straighten out the elbows. If not, elbows are bent, totally fine. Just stretching out the chest and the arms a little bit. And release. Okay, so now we're going to combine the squat with the bicep curl. And it's up to you if you imagine there's extra resistance or not. So cans, water bottles, weights in your hands, palms face forward. Legs go wide, wider than the shoulders. We're gonna bend everything at the same time and straighten everything just to make it easier on our brains. So we bend the knees and bend the elbows. So we're in our squat with the bicep curl, and then we straighten the legs, straighten the arms. Bend and straighten at your own pace. Couple more. All right. And let's take a break, put the weights down, and we'll get behind our chair. If you can't get behind your chair, you can get behind a table or by a table, or find a wall. I'm turning sideways so you can see better. You can keep facing forward towards your screen. So let's start with our feet together. So taking your feet together, letting go of your support. We just want the support in front of us in case you need it. And allow yourself to rock a little forward and back. And just noticing that weight shift. So the weight shifts forward onto the toes and then back onto the heels. As you come forward onto the toes, you might find that your toes scrunch. And as you lean back onto the heels, you might find that your toes lift. That's totally normal. It's a normal reflex in the body. And then back to center. And then let yourself sway side to side. So just right and left. We're just feeling how that weight shifts on our feet. So a little right and left sway. There's really no right or wrong way of doing this. And then coming to center and trying to find even weight. Front to back, right to left. Maybe slightly more weight back, but somewhat even front to back, right to left. Nice long spine, relaxed shoulders, soft jaw. And then close the eyes. I'm just feeling your balance here. You might find that your body sways a little bit once your eyes are closed. And that's totally normal. It's totally normal to have all these micro adjustments, even though we're balancing with both feet on the ground. And go ahead and open the eyes if the eyes are closed. Let's bring the hands back to the support and we'll go into a tandem stance. So let's step that right foot in front of the left, like you're standing on a tightrope. So right foot is in front of the left. The feet are relatively close to each other. They're within an inch of each other. So toe to heel are pretty close. I don't mind where your weight is. It can be more forward, it can be more back, it can be even, but just be mindful. Notice, what does your body naturally want to do? You can keep holding on, or if it feels safe, maybe you let go with one hand, or maybe you hold on with just one finger, or maybe you're hovering the hands ready to grab on at any point. So you're finding that point of balance, letting this be somewhat challenging. It's okay for you to sway, it's okay for you to wobble. You want to challenge yourself so that it is hard, but not so hard that it's unsafe. So you do want to allow yourself to wobble a little. That's good. It teaches your body how to readjust. Let's find our support again with the hands and we'll switch legs. So right foot steps back and we take that left foot forward, standing on that tightrope. Left foot in front of the right. Feet are not that far apart, so they're maybe an inch or so apart. You can play with whether your weight is forward or back or nice and even. You can hold on with one finger, two fingers, one hand, two hands, no hands. Find that point of challenge, but it's still safe. It's fine. If you step out of it, fall out of it, you just come right back in when you feel ready. Hands back to the support, feet come next to each other. One more balance exercise per leg for now. Let's stand on our left leg. So all the weight goes into our left foot. We're bending that right knee. Right foot comes off the ground. I don't mind. Put your leg wherever you want. It can come forward in front of you. It can go back behind you. I think today I'm going to bring it forward in front of me. Hold on to the chair. One hand, two hands, one finger, hovering, whatever works for you. Maybe noticing where the weight is on your standing leg, standing foot. And it's not to change anything. You're just noticing what's happening. How does my body like to align itself? Hands come back to the chair if you've lifted. Right foot comes down. We switch sides. We lift the left leg. So the foot can go back, it can go forward. Again, whatever you'd like. I'm going to bring my leg forward in front of me today, just to change it up. I don't usually do that. Holding on with two hands, one hand, one or two fingers, or hovering. Hands come back to your support, foot comes down. Two hands on your chair or table or against the wall. You're gonna walk your feet back and go into an upside down L position. So your torso comes parallel to the earth. Your ankles are underneath your hips. Legs can be bent or straight. Couple of deep breaths. And then walk yourself back up to stand. We're gonna stay behind our chair or table for some heel raises. So toes are down. All 10 toes are facing forward. My feet are just a little bit separated. So that's why, the reason why is we want our feet underneath our hip joints. So even though we think of our hips as out here, the joint itself, where the leg bone is articulating with the pelvis socket, is more center. So we don't want our legs too wide. So we have our feet, maybe, depending on the body, 4 to 6 inches apart. All 10 toes face forward. We're going into heel raises here. So holding on for that balance support. We lift up onto the tippy toes and then we come down. It's up to you how high you go. Watch that those ankles don't splay out to the side. I'm just going to show you here. Sometimes what happens is those feet sort of peel off and those heels go out to the side. We don't want that. We want those heels nice and close. So imagine that there's a magnet between the ankles. And even though the ankles are not touching, they really want to touch. So there's this pulling towards center, keeping that weight towards the big toe mound of the foot. Yes, the entire ball of the foot has weight, but maybe a little bit more towards the center of the foot. All right, heels come down. Let's step the right foot back behind us, anywhere from 1 to 3 feet back. Both feet are flat on the ground. We bend the front knee. So back leg is straight, front knee is bent. Feet are anywhere from 1 to 3 feet apart. We're getting a calf stretch here. So you're pressing that right heel or the back heel into the ground. Just because we worked our calves, might as well stretch them out a little bit. Let's switch sides, step the right foot forward, left foot steps back, anywhere from 1 to 3 feet back. Both feet are flat on the ground. We bend the front knee. Back leg is straight. Back heel is actively pressing down towards the ground. And then we step forward. Okay, so our next challenge is we're going to try and do one-legged heel raises holding on. If that sounds insane, then you're going to do exactly what we just did, the 2 feet at the same time holding on. So it's not about the balance, but it's about seeing how do our ankles work on their own, because a big part of walking is actually we're pushing off of 1 foot at a time. And so we're just going to play with that. This is hard. This is hard for almost everyone. So don't feel bad in any way if you decide to go back to 2 feet. So we have our 2-footed version. I'm going to face you. Please keep facing your chair or your table. So you're holding on with 2 hands in front of you. You're going to lift 1 foot off the ground if you want. And then you're going to do that same thing. You're going to do those heel raises. We're not going to do that many, but if this feels absolutely insane because you're now balancing on top of lifting 1 heel at a time, then put both feet down. You get tons of benefit with both feet down. All the same rules apply. So you want to watch that ankle doesn't splay out to the side. that there's maybe slightly more weight towards the inner part of the foot. And we'll just do 2 more because this is a lot. And then we switch legs. Right foot comes down, left foot comes up, or whichever leg you didn't do, switch. Or you're gonna keep doing the 2-footed heel raises, holding on, heels up and down. So even if you think you can do this without holding on, it's not about the balance so much. It's more about finding that strength in the calf and just seeing how there's maybe differences right to left. If you do have both feet on the ground, you might play with letting your weight shift a little more to one side for 1 or 2, and then a little to the other side for 1 or 2 raises. We'll just do a few more. Woo! And then foot comes down, shake it off. Let's go into that upside down L once again. Hands on that chair or table or wall. Walk yourself back, getting that torso parallel-ish to the ground. You can always have the torso up higher. Legs can be bent or straight. It's up to you. Couple of deep breaths. Okay, walk yourself back up. We're gonna give our lower body a little break and work our upper body. I'm gonna grab the weights. This is hard without weights already, this next exercise. So just know that if you wanna put those weights down, no problem. So we have 1 weight per hand or no weights at all, or water bottles. This is probably a nice time if you're feeling like your weights are a little heavy. Water bottles or cans are great because they're probably slightly lighter than your weights. We're going to reach those arms out to the side. Now, you don't need to go directly into a T position. They can go just slightly forward. So from the profile, you can see that my arms are reaching just a tiny bit forward, but mostly out to the side. So we're going up and down with control. So there's no slamming down. So this is not what's happening, right? We have control on the way down and control on the way up. Much harder that way. If at any point you feel like putting your weights down and just imagining that you're moving through something sticky, totally fine. Couple more. Whew. Okay, let those arms come down. You can keep holding on to those weights if you want. Couple shoulder rolls back. And a couple shoulder rolls forward. Okay, so we're going into a combination of reaching one arm forward and the other arm out to this side. So we'll do a few really slowly. So we'll reach I'll mirror you, left arm forward, right arm out to the side into that T position. Right, we have one ahead, one out to the side, and down. And then you're gonna make that again, but the other side. So right arm forward, left arm out to the side, and down. So we're making sort of this L-like position with the arms. One arm forward, one arm out, and we alternate. Just changes it up. Works different parts of the deltoid, so as that arm comes forward, it's different than if it goes to the side. Again, if you want to drop those weights, totally fine. If you want to bend the elbows a little bit, that will also make it slightly easier. We're going about shoulder height. You could go an inch or 2 above shoulder height, but not much more than that. You could also choose not to lower the arms all the way to make it a little harder. Let's do a few more. Maybe one more each side. Woo. And then put those weights down off to the side. Shake it off. We're going into some lunges now. So we're going to give our upper body a break. We are going to do those exercises again with the upper body, but we'll put the weights off to the side for now. And we're going into some lunges. I'll mirror you. So we'll have the right hand on the chair. Again, the hand on the chair doesn't matter so much. I know in the past we've talked about this before. If you have a shoulder injury and you can only hold on with one arm, totally fine. Just hold on with that arm. I'm going to switch sides though, just for symmetry's sake. So right hand on the chair, same leg. So right leg goes forward, left leg goes back. Feet are about 1 to 3 feet apart. All 10 toes face forward. I'm going to show you one here and then I'll give you a side view as well. We're going into lunges with both knees bending. So both knees bent, the torso stays upright, and then we straighten. I'll give you a side view as well. So again, all 10 toes face forward, back heel is off the ground. Feet are 1 to 3 feet apart. You are not on a tightrope, so give your feet some space, right? You can be on railroad tracks. You're holding on, you bend, and straighten. It's up to you how low you go. It can be a really small bend or it can be a big one. Be kind to your body. So you're just going to go down and up. Feeling free to adjust. You can always make your stance shorter. You can always make your stance wider. For this version of the exercise, you're trying to keep your head over your shoulders and your shoulders over your pelvis. Couple more. Okay, next time you're up, bring those legs together, shake it off. And then you can turn with the other hand on the chair. So you can turn other hand on the chair, or you can stay with that hand on the chair. I'm moving my chair. You don't need to do that. It's just I want to be able to see all of you and for you to be able to see me. So now left hand is on the chair, or whichever hand you'd like. Left foot is forward though. So just make sure you switch which foot is in front. If you did the same as me, it's the same hand that's on the chair. All 10 toes face forward. You can see that there's space between my legs right to left. Not just front to back, but right to left there's space, right? I'm not on a tightrope. That makes it really, really hard. So let your feet be on these narrow railroad tracks. We bend the knees and straighten. And again, I'll give you a side view. So all 10 toes are forward, back heels off the ground. We bend and straighten. Upper body is upright the whole time. Keep going. Nice, smooth breath. Maybe 1 or 2 more. And then coming up, whoo, shake it off. I think those are deceptively challenging. We're going back to those weights if you want them for those arms. So 1 weight per hand. Again, if you don't want weights, just imagine that you're moving through something sticky, peanut butter, water, honey, concrete. Arms go out to the side and back down. So for more challenge, you don't have to go all the way down. If you stop maybe 2/3 of the way down and then go back up, that's harder. So feel free to do that if you need more challenge. I personally find this exercise is hard enough as it is. But options, especially if you don't have any weight in your hands, stopping partway down can really help. That way those shoulders stay a little more active the entire time. Let's do 1 more. Woo. Take a break. Maybe a few shoulder rolls forward. A few shoulder rolls back. A few deep breaths. And we're going into that combination with the one arm forward, one arm out to this side. So whenever you're ready, there's no rush. If you need a longer break, take a longer break. One arm goes forward, one out to the side. We bring it down, and then we switch. You can take breaks whenever you need. Let's do about one more per side. It's the last time you're going to do this exercise today. Woo! Bring those weights down, shake it off. Okay. And then we're going back into the lunges. You don't have to mirror me. We're just going to do same arm as leg in front, or same hand that's holding on, that leg goes in front. So one hand holds on, same leg goes in front, other leg goes back. All 10 toes face forward. Your torso is upright. The last set of these lunges as well are split squats. We bend the knees and we straighten. So just like we did earlier, it's that same exercise where we're bending both knees and then straightening them, holding on for balance. There's space between the legs. So you're on narrow railroad tracks. That feels like a tongue twister. Narrow railroad tracks. Say that 10 times fast. Do maybe 2 more. And then coming up, shake it off. And we'll switch sides. So you can keep holding on with the same arm. You can turn around, whatever you'd like. I don't necessarily recommend that you move the chair. Sometimes chairs are heavy. Mine is just really light. Holding on with one hand, same hand in front, or same leg in front, unless you're not moving the chair. Just make sure you change legs. We tend to have one leg we favor, so just make sure you're not just doing your easy leg. All 10 toes face forward. Feet are separated 1 to 3 feet apart, lengthwise, several inches, widthwise, maybe 6 inches. We bend and straighten. Torso is upright. It's like your torso is just moving in an elevator, down and up. All right, maybe one more. Coming up, shake it off. We're going into that upside down L again. Hands on your chair or against the wall or on a table. Walk yourself back. Upside down L. Torso is parallel-ish to the ground. It's okay if it's more lifted. Legs can be bent or straight. The ankles are approximately under the hips. Does not need to be perfect. It's not about perfection. And then lift yourself back up, walk those feet forward, take a step away from the chair. Let's do a shoulder stretch. Reach one arm forward in front of you I'll mirror you. So right arm forward, cross that right arm in front of the body with a straight arm. Your other arm is going to hook at the elbow. So that left arm is going to bend and hold on to the other elbow. So the elbows are sort of nestled. And you're using that left arm to pull your right arm closer to your body. The shoulder tries to stay down, away from the ears. Then release and we switch sides. Other arm comes in front, crosses the body. Second arm hooks to pull that left arm closer to you, watching that shoulder drop the shoulder down away from the ears. Nice, smooth breath. And releasing the arms. Let's stretch the neck a little bit. Sometimes those shoulder exercises creep up into the neck. So we'll bring that right ear towards the right shoulder. Nice stretch. Reach those left fingertips downward like you're trying to pet a dog, a nice big dog. Or you're just reaching down. Bring the head back to center. And switching sides, so other ear to shoulder. There's no need to force it, just go in whatever range works for you. Your right arm can reach downward. And then bringing your head back to center. Let's inhale, circle the arms out to the side and up towards the ceiling, reaching tall. Exhale, arms circle back out to the side and down. Again, inhale, arms circle out and up, really reaching, taking up space. Exhale, arms come back where they came. One more time. Inhale, arms circle out and up. And exhale, arms come back down. Awesome work, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Always a pleasure. I wanted a few extra minutes because I wanted to explain our move of the week because it's going to relate to our next class. So I know oftentimes I give you a move of the week that has to do with the class that we just did. But this week, I'm going to give you a move of the week. You'll have 2 weeks to think about it so that we can incorporate it into the next functional fitness on Wednesdays, right? That's not going to necessarily relate to we're Wednesday. Next functional fitness will be on a Friday. It'll be the week after that Wednesday. That was confusing. Ignore that. The move of the week is for you to think about and notice how you put on your socks and shoes. So you probably put on your socks and shoes at least once a day. Hopefully you're leaving the house at some point and noticing the different shoes and the different socks you choose. And I want you to notice how you do that. How do you put them on? Are you sitting in a chair? Are you standing? Are you sitting on your bed? Do you do the socks and shoes at the same time or at a different time? What body position are you in? Are you bending forward and rounding your back to put on your shoes? Is your spine straight? Are you crossing your ankle? So I want you to notice that. So take the next few weeks, notice how you put on your socks and shoes, and then we'll incorporate that movement into class and all the different ways that we can reach our feet because the feet are far away. Right? Or, we wash our feet. How do you do that? But let's make it easy. How do you put on your socks and shoes throughout the day? How does it change based on the shoes? Or do you just put on slip-on shoes? So that's your homework or move of the week is how you put on your socks and shoes. I'm going to write that down so that I don't forget. And now we have several minutes. If anybody has questions, thoughts, feelings that you want to discuss. You can unmute yourself and chat to the group, or you're welcome to put it in the chat as well, which is that chat bubble in the sort of center bottom of your screen.
Hi, good morning. Mary Cobbins. I used to be a part of, I can't remember who she was, at the diabetic classes. So I just decided to come back today to exercise, and I realized how so out of shape I am and so out of my knees is just a problem. So, but it was really good to see. I could feel that the type of exercise we did today could help. So my goal is to be on here as much as I can. So I hope I will be because I've been a long time. So thank you for the invites that you put on the screen.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mary, for sharing. And I'm glad that you're feeling like it's beneficial and that you're going to try and come back lots. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Hi, this is Nancy.
Hi, Nancy.
I came on very late because I was confused about the starting time. I thought it was 1. So anyway, I'll get better at this. And I'm glad you gave us that homework. Something to consider for next time is somebody like me that's on a chair in a very tight shower, how to get that foot up to wash it. So be thinking about advice for me for next time.
Thank you, Nancy, for sharing. And yes, we want this to be able to transfer into our daily lives, the exercises that we do. So we'll definitely incorporate that into the next Wednesday functional fitness.
Okay, and then how do I get the recording of this session?
So the recordings take maybe a week or two to come up, but they will be on YouTube. When you receive your email invites for class, there'll be a link for our YouTube channel, and that will pop up. But we can also share a link now in the chat that you can just click to the YouTube channel. And what I recommend is once you go onto the YouTube channel, click subscribe. That way you get notified when we put up new videos. Otherwise, we'll just be putting up videos and you might not know. So if you go to in fact, maybe I do this with everyone. I'm gonna, oh wait, let me do this. So I'm gonna click on that. I'm gonna share my screen here for a second. So here we go. So if you click that link that V just put in the chat, you'll come up to this screen here that says GoGoGrandparent. It's part of YouTube. If you click this button, in fact, I can't believe I'm not subscribed. So if I click subscribe, then I'll be notified every time a new video comes up. And then you can see we have different classes. So the functional fitness class, another functional fitness class. We have some guided meditation, some chair yoga. So just you can go to one of these playlists. So we could just click like our chair yoga. Ooh. And you can see to the right, all 54. Wow. 54 chair yoga classes. That's how many we've done at the very least. And so you can see all the different ones. Hopefully that helps.
Okay, thanks. I hope I don't screw up on subscribing. Okay.
Well, you know what? Even if you're not able to subscribe, we still the YouTube link is in the email reminders for class, so you can find that there.
Okay.
Any other questions? I see you, Arnold, you're off, and I see you, Mimi, waving. Okay, I'm gonna guess that means everyone's ready to go. So I will let you go. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you either on Friday or next Wednesday. Think about how you put on your socks and shoes for the next few weeks.
This is Carol. I have to say goodbye because you still can't see me.
Oh yeah, I know. Then it's always a treat when we do get to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Carol. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for being here.